Hello dear students, welcome back again to Chinmoy's biology channel. So today we are here with the solution of the sample paper 3 which I posted 2 days back. So I hope you have already solved the paper. I told you to set a time and solve the paper. So today we are here with the solution of that sample paper. So let's get started with this solution, and please do subscribe to my channel to get more sample question papers so that you can do quite a lot of revision before your final exams. And I'll be discussing with you all the solutions of all the question papers. So let us get started. Now, the first main was complete the following sentences. So, the respiratory pigment present in blood is hemoglobin. We all know that the common edible mushroom is agaricus. The chemical used to test starch is iodine, and lipase is the enzyme which converts the fats into fatty acids. Epicotyle is the portion of the embryo axis immediately above the cotyledons. Now, B question, choose the odd one out and mention the category for the rest. So, centrosome, ribosome, cell wall and lysosome. In this, cell wall is the odd one because it is present in the plant cell, and others all are present in animal cell. Only cell wall is present in plant cell. It is absent in animal cell. Now, trachea, bronchus, diaphragm and alveolus. All these three in this, diaphragm is the odd one out because trachea, bronchus and alveolus, they are all taking part in cellular respiration. Diaphragm is not taking part in cellular respiration. Now, of the three in this vitamin K, vitamin B1, A and D. Vitamin B1 is a water soluble vitamin. Other three, vitamin K, A and D, they are all fat soluble vitamins. Now, next one, typhoid, mumps, smallpox and polio. Of these, typhoid is only a bacterial disease. Apart from this, mumps, smallpox and polio, they all are viral diseases. Now next comes mouth, stomach, small intestine. These all are parts of the digestive system, while liver is not a part of a digestive system. Okay, so let us move on to the next question now. Now here comes name the following. So here the structure which prevents the food from entering the trachea during swallowing is epiglottis. The enzyme which converts the leftover starch into maltose is amylase. The last part of the large intestine is rectum. The lymph vessel present inside the villus is the lacteal, is called the lymph vessel present inside this villus is called the lacteal. The space present in between the incisors and the premolars are diastema. They are called diastema. Now the next one, the D main. Now out of the given 14 biological terms, write the 10 matching pairs. So one has been done for you. You can see the radical and fibrous roots, they have been done for you. Now we have to choose another pair, 14 pairs. So first one, let us choose the first one, the erector muscle. With that is the hair. Okay. So erector muscles and hair, they are the pair. Then cancer and carcinogen, they are the pair. Then acetabulum and pelvic girdles are the pair. Then pupa and cephalothorax are the pair. And coccyx and rudimentary tail. So these all are the pairs which you have to find. So please do it properly. It's very easy. You know each and everything. Okay. So the next one is a picture question. So this the given picture shows the part of human digestive system. Label, you know, this is very easy. The first one is stomach, this is gallbladder, this is small intestine, and fourth one is large intestine. You have to state any two functions of large intestine. This you all know, and please do write it properly. Now next one, state the source organism for each of the following antibiotics, right? So first one is streptomycin. So source organism for each antibiotic, the source organism is Streptomyces griseus. Now the second one is chlorotetracycline, and the source organism is Streptomyces aureofaciens. Next one is penicillin. It is Penicillium chrysogenum. Penicillium chrysogenum. The next one is bacitracin. The source organism you have to find of this antibiotic bacitracin. The source organism is Bacillus subtilis. Bacillus subtilis. The last one is erythromycin. Erythromycin is Streptomyces erythraceous, streptomyces erythraceous. Okay, is it clear? So 5 antibiotic names they have given you, and of this 5 antibiotic names you are supposed to write the 5 source organisms. Is it clear? So please write it properly with the proper scientific name, then only you'll get the full marks. Now next one, state the role of the following. So what is the role of ribosome? The role of ribosome is it is helping in protein synthesis. The role of stomata, it is helping in the exchange of respiratory gases in plants. Role of xylem is helps to conduct water and mineral salts in plants. Root cap is protecting the root tip from the mechanical injury. And next one is bile. Bile, what is it doing? It is helping in the emulsification of fats. Is it clear? So these are the role of the following things. Now match the following. This match the following is very easy. Penicillin. Penicillin is an antibiotic. Cell wall. Cell wall. It is, you can say cell wall is present in plant cell. Plants with roots, stems and leaves, they are thallophyta. Centrosome, it is present in animal cells, and moss, it is bryophyta. Is it clear? So this is match the following. This is also done. So here the question is state and define the different categories of diseases based on the extent of occurrence. Now diseases can be divided into 4 types, right? Endemic, they can be divided into 4 types like endemic, epidemic, pandemic and sporadic. So on the basis of occurrence, so when the occurrence of the disease is restricted to a particular area and it is affecting very small number of people, it is called endemic, right? So like yellow fever, it is restricted to a particular area and affecting a few people only, it is endemic. Now when the disease spreads from place to place followed by an outbreak and attacks a large population at the same time, it is known as epidemic. So that is plague and all, it's an epidemic. So this you can give an example of yellow fever, okay? And this is plague and all, it's an epidemic. Next comes pandemic, when the occurrence of the disease is worldwide, like we had COVID. So it was a pandemic, it was worldwide. Now it is known as a pandemic disease, so it was having a worldwide spread. Now comes sporadic. A disease occurring in single and scattered cases is known as sporadic. So what is sporadic? Sporadic is a disease which is occurring in a single cases. So only one person will have this disease, like malaria. So that is a sporadic disease. Okay. So malaria is a sporadic disease. Now you can say this is COVID. Okay. Now what is state? We can say what is parthenocarpy. So the process, we can say that the process of fruit formation without fertilization is called parthenocarpy. Example, we can say that seedless grapes and bananas, these are formed by parthenocarpy. So what is parthenocarpy? Parthenocarpy is the fruit formation without fertilization, and like seedless grapes and bananas are formed by parthenocarpy. So examples you can write: seedless grapes and bananas. Okay, now state 2 characteristics of phylum Coelenterata. So 2 characteristics of phylum Coelenterata. We can say that they are having radial symmetry, they are diplobastic, they have developed blastula, and they have 2 germ layers. So Coelenterata, you are having many characteristics. And what are the 3 advantages of vegetative propagation? So first one is it is rapid, it is easier, it is cheaper, and the desired characteristics can be preserved. It is possible to form a large stock of selected strains. Okay. So these are the main characteristic advantages of vegetative propagation. So here in the first question, we are here with what is villi and state their functions. So let us first discuss what is villi. So villi, we all know these are finger-like projections which are present on the walls of small intestine, right? And they have a large network of capillaries and lacteals which increase the absorption of digested food. Okay, and what is the main function of villi? The main function is to increase the surface area of the small intestine, and which helps in the absorption of digested food materials. Now write the various components of an ecosystem with examples. So that also we can say that an ecosystem comprises of mainly 2 components. with examples. Now if we are telling about examples, we can say that the biotic components comprises of the living organisms, and the abiotic components which comprises of the non-living components. So biotic components are plants and animals, abiotic components are air, water and soil. Now the second one here, the second one I missed out, sorry. Explain a dicot seed. This is very easy. You know that dicot seed has a seed coat made up of two layers. The outer layer is called the testa and the inner layer is called the tegmen. And two cotyledons, as it is dicot, it is having two cotyledons inside the seed coat, and in between the cotyledons there is an embryo which consists of a radicle and a plumule. The radicle, it changes into the root part, and the plumule, it changes into the shoot during germination. Is it clear? Now next is mentioned three ways how the eyes can be protected. So this I discussed earlier. Now three ways how the eyes can be protected from infection. We can say that wash your eyes regularly with warm water, do not read in dim light, avoid watching too much television. So these are the things which causes your eye damage, and you should protect your eyes from these damage like this. Now let us move on to the next one now. Now this answer question number 4, it is give reasons. The first one is Entamoeba histolytica has no contractile vacuole. So you should give reasons. So Entamoeba histolytica is a parasite and it lives in the intestine of man. So excess of water does not enter. So what is happening, as it is living in the intestine of the man, as a result excess of water does not enter its body, and therefore there is no contractile vacuole. So as it is staying in the intestine of man, excess of water is not entering into the body of Entamoeba histolytica, and so it is no contractile vacuole. Now next one is mitochondria is called the powerhouse of the cell. Why? Because cellular respiration is taking place in mitochondria. We all know that the cellular phase of respiration is taking place in mitochondria, and it is the energy produced and stored in the form of ATP molecules. So it is the powerhouse where the energy is stored in the form of ATP molecules, and mitochondria is thus regarded as the powerhouse of the cell. Now the next one is coconuts are seen floating on water. Why? Because it has a fibrous mesocarp. Why they are seen floating on water? Because it has a fibrous mesocarp, and which is increasing the buoyancy, and just it can be so that it can be easily dispersed through water. So we have studied that coconuts are dispersed through water. So it is a process because of the fibrous mesocarp, it provides buoyancy to the coconuts, and therefore coconuts are seen floating on water, and by this only they are dispersed through water from one place to another. Now the next one is one should breathe through one's nose only and not through one's mouth. Why? Because the nose contains hair and the mucus which traps the dust particles as well as bacteria, and only pure air will enter the lungs. However, the mouth does not have hair and mucus, therefore the air breathed through the mouth is not always, it's not pure. That is why one should always breathe through nose and not through mouth. Now next one is fungi are heterotrophic. Why? Because fungi, they do not have chlorophyll, and so they are depending on the other for their food, and they have to depend on green plants for their food. Hence fungi are heterotrophic. So is it clear? Now the next one, write the difference between vertebrates and invertebrates. This you all know. So just write the differences properly. So the vertebrates and invertebrates, no need to discuss. This is a very very easy question. So all of you take out your textbook, or wherever you are, whichever book you are referring, just go to it and just jot down 3 or 4 sentences on vertebrates and invertebrates. Okay, now let us move on to the next one. Now here explain the structure of a neuron with the help of a diagram, and write the climatic conditions of tropical rainforests. Where are they located? So here we are explaining the structure of a neuron with the help of a diagram. First you are supposed to draw the diagram with all the proper labeling, and then you are supposed to write that the neuron consists of a cell body that is called cyton. It is having cytoplasm, nucleus. Some cytoplasmic projections are called dendrons, which arise from the cyton, and these dendrons are branched into dendrites. A long projection called the axon rises from the cyton, and which is covered by a medullary sheath. So then you are going to draw the structure of a neuron with the labeling. Now the next one, write the climatic conditions of tropical rainforest. So in tropical rainforest, the temperature is high and the climate is warm and humid, and tropical rainforests are found in equatorial region, right? Now here in this question, they have told you the given picture shows an apparatus and which is used to demonstrate the process of respiration. So what do the parts of the diagram represent? So what is the balloon representing? You know that that is the lungs, and the rubber sheet is the diaphragm, and the bell jar is the rib cage. So what will happen to the balloons when the rubber sheet is pulled down? So when the rubber sheet is pulled down, the balloons will inflate. And the next question is, what is the role of diaphragm during breathing? Now, at the time of inspiration, the diaphragm is contracting and flattens, which results in the increasing of the thoracic cavity. So the more volume of air can be accommodated in the lungs, and at the same time during expiration, the diaphragm relaxes, thus bringing the thoracic cavity back to normal size. Is it clear? Now the next question is, which breathing movement is indicated when the rubber sheet is pulled down? So when the rubber sheet is pulled down, it indicates inspiration. So is it clear to everyone? So this is indicating inspiration. Now we will move on to the next question. Now in question number 6, they have given you a question that name the phyla with the respective characteristics. So they have given you the name of a phyla. They have given you a characteristic of the phyla, and they have asked you the name of the this phyla. So jointed legs with chitinous exoskeleton. So which phylum does this represent? That is Arthropoda. So the next one is excretory organs and nephridia, that is Annelida phylum. Then the next one is locomotory organs, a 2 feet, that is Echinodermata. Asegmented body with a hard calcareous cell, that one is the Mollusca phylum. Diplobastic with water vascular system, that is Coelenterata. So these are the phylums they are representing, and they have given you one characteristic, very specific characteristic. After seeing those characteristics, I think you can identify the phylum. Now next one is name one enzyme which converts each of the following. So fats into fatty acids, this lipase is converting. Next is starch to maltose, Tyolin is converting. Lactose to glucose, lactase is converting. Trypsin, proteins to amino acids, trypsin is converting. Casinogen into casein, renin is converting. Is it clear? So lipase, Tyolin, lactase, trypsin and renin are the enzymes which are converting this one element to another one. So next we will move on to the last question of this section, that is question number 7. Now the last question is, what are the regions of epidermis of the skin? So the epidermis of the skin is having 3 layers, that is the outer layer, the outer conified layer, that is the middle granular layer, and the inner Malpighian layer. Now, what are the salient features of phylum Porifera? This you all know. Please read it, and main features you just write it. No need to discuss it. Now, how are the given floral parts advantageous to the respective plants? So long and feathery stigma if they are having. So what advantage the plant is having? It is helping to receive the pollen grains that are dispersed by wind. So more longer the stigma is, the pollen grains will come and stick to it, which are dispersed by winds. Then come the brightly colored petals which attract the insects for pollination. After that, it comes the smooth and light pollen, which allows the pollen to be easily carried away by the wind from one place to another. Next comes the protruding and easily movable anther, that is which shed pollen even on the slightest wind movement. Now a fragrant nectar, that is attracts insects for pollination. Okay, this nectar is attracting insects for pollination. So this is all for the solution of this sample question paper for 9th. So please do go through all the question papers. Please subscribe to my channel so that whenever I'm putting you the sample papers, I'm discussing any topic, any revising any topic, or giving you the solution of any papers, you get to know that then and there. If you have subscribed to my channel, you'll get the pop-up. Please do share it with your friends so that they can also get to know how the question pattern is being discussed in my channel. So stay tuned, stay updated with all my videos, and please do subscribe to my channel to get a good knowledge of biology and to get a revision, good revision before your final exams. Thank you.